Sturges has left Sanctuary Hills. Um, Not for any bad reasons, but because he now has his dream place and he has started a new business venture. Now, as we walk through here, you can see there's some new stuff over at Red Rocket. Let's go take a look and see what we got. So, as we come through here, I have lights on everything. And now you can see it says Red Rocket Robots. And then it says Red Rocket Robots over here as well. You can hear that goose in the background. I downloaded Mutant Menagerie, and apparently there are mutated geese out there somewhere, and they are going crazy. Let me tell you, they've been honking the last 2 or 3 hours I've been doing stuff. So let's start over here. So Red Rocket Robots was born after the Automatron DLC. I finished that, and I was like, I really liked the idea that somebody would start up a robots business with the workbench and stuff. And I was at Red Rocket one day, and I was like, "Red Rocket Robots, come down and get your robot today." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty clever." So in my mind, it's Sturgis is like a used car salesman, and he's like, "Come on down to Red Rocket Robots, and we'll set you up today. And we have models that you cannot even imagine, and things like that." So you go in here, and I originally had a building. It was over here in this area, and it came stretched back, took up like all of this space, and I didn't like it. I was like, it was just a square box, and I didn't really like it. And then I realized with the concrete stuff, I could make a building that fits this piece right here, and this and the robot workbench fits perfectly in here. So I was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Ignore the wonky lights. For some reason, that light won't go center over this like I wanted it to. So that's what we ended up getting. Even with Place Anywhere, I had trouble getting it to actually do what I wanted, and I was like, I'm not gonna fiddle with it for 5 hours just to get the light exactly the way I wanted it. So we've got some consoles over here to look like you're uh, monitoring what's going on with stuff, and then we have a trolley full of junk. It says trolley. It's a shopping cart. Uh, Trolley is the UK version. We say shopping cart. I don't know why I reverted to trolley. Uh, or a buggy. We call them a buggy too. And then we have, oh, I think I know what happened. This is called a trolley, and that's the shopping cart. And I remember that trolleys are UK, and I got them confused. So that is an ADHD brain for you right there, folks. So I have these here with stuff in them. This one was empty originally, but I gathered up all of the uh, safety cones that were on the property and stuck them in here. Uh, I think I'm going to try to fill it up with them. Like if I'm on my adventures and I see one, I'm going to try to grab it and bring it back with me. So in here we have all kinds of just clutter and stuff. We have, I used a tech pod. This is from CVC, I think, and then I had an armor rack and put the mechanist suit there as a display item. Then we've got these tanks and torches for doing stuff. We got tools and whatnot. I think most of this came from like Creative Clutter and CVC and USO and some things. Uh, like that cart back there and this table here. I'm pretty sure they came from CVC and the tools on the floor as well. And then I had to put the make a robot sign up and I blew it up a little bit. It's a couple sizes bigger than the original. I'm sure that you know that, but anyone who's just stumbling upon this, I used Place Anywhere or Place Everywhere and sized it up. Then Sturgis has a motorcycle that he's got repaired, and he's even got it to where it is fusion powered. Now, I really liked.
Radar attack repulsed. Collateral damage within acceptable parameters.
Thank you, Provisioner. But I like the idea that Sturgis was playing around with this stuff and got one working, and then he found a car that he got working too. He seems like he's one of the rockabilly hot rodders that you would see out and around. And they came from Wasteland Garage. They have all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to be building a biker bar at some point with the assets that are there, because they just have all kinds of great stuff in that mod. This came from CVC too. It's a Pulaski Preservation Center, except that when you get in this one, it gets rid of your radiation, gets rid of all the rads and heals you and everything from radiation damage. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I wanted that here because it seems like something that people would need, you know. And this is a robot place, so maybe they've got people scavenging, they get radiation. Sturgis gets radiation, he can jump in there. Now, spoiler alert, skip ahead a few seconds if you don't want to hear this. But Sturgis is a synth, so he doesn't need to get into the red thing. Oh, there it says CVC Pulaski Rejuvenation Shelter. But I just like the idea that he is.
Infrastructure damage. How may I help you?
Oh my God! All these robots talking. Let's go inside. So in here, it's basically normal. We got the Electronic. I put in some magazines. And then over here, this is our Red Rocket attendant. He's a Red Rocket Protectron that I've stuck in here.
Authorization to interact with this unit granted.
And he usually stands facing forward, but they keep turning in circles, and I keep turning the mats, and then they end up facing the wrong way anyways. I put a stove in here so that they would have food. This is the bedroom. I really liked the vault table. Oh, it's clipping through the wall. I did not see that. Oh, well, just ignore it like you didn't see that. Then I decorated in here. Kept the desk and stuff the same. Last week I mentioned that in Mama Murphy's I was going to have a weird painting that was going to be on the wall in our living room, and then I decided not to. It was this one here. I really like it, and then I'm gonna say that Sturgis is a baseball fan. He stuck that up there. Doesn't remember what it is, but what baseball is. And then this is the bathroom. It's all stainless steel furniture. There's a drain piece that I've seen in one of the mods I have for the stuff, and I cannot find it. So there's no drain in the floor. They're just gonna. I'll put some rubber mats in here. I should do that.
Standing by for further instructions.
And then we go out this door.
Yes?
This is the Minutemen scavenger that I have employed here. She does scavenging for Sturgis and whatnot. And the robots that are been built are all for either protection or provisioners. Now, that model that you just see driving off, that was my provisioner model that I first started with, but I think I'm going to change it up. And one of the big things that Red Rocket Robots does is they provide robots to settlements. Say you need guards or provisioners, you tired of having humans die, you can send a robot out. All of these robots serve a purpose, and you can use them at any settlement. They have to, of course, purchase it from Sturges here at Red Rocket Robots. I have no idea what a robot would be worth, so there's no price anywhere. It's negotiable.
After action report. Raider attack was defeated with minimal collateral damage.
Good job, Rudy. And then we have this. It just lets us go into our generator. Generates 100. It's all of our power for the thing.
Hey.
Dang it. Sometimes the hitboxes on these things can be so terrible. Trying to I've forgotten the word I wanted to say. Trying to hit the buttons and the switches and stuff and connect with them. I haven't cleared any of this out here up because I wanted it to look like that there's some junk that Sturgis might still be going to use. I don't know why, but that pump is a phantom pump. It just keeps pumping and pumping. There's not been a person who activated it. I was standing here moving workbenches, and I looked over, and it just started pumping, and it hasn't stopped since. That has been about 6 hours ago. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, it didn't save what I finished here. I had water in this, and I had it to where the water was going into the tub, and it looked really cool. I don't know why I didn't save that. And we got our wash tub out here to wash clothes and stuff. And cooking out here, you know, in case you want roasted meat from out here, whatever. And I've got the lights on the sign so you can see it from the road. Same with that over there. Now the signs came from G2M. It's a mod that gives you a bunch of cool stuff. It gives you all of the Red Rocket letters, and it gives them in various sizes, and it gives you various sizes of just the complete Red Rocket sign that you can put up. I've used the Red Rocket letters at a couple places for stuff. My Christmas special that I'm going to have this year will feature letters and what I've done with them. And I think they look nice. And you can tell, like, the robots is what I added. This was a complete sign up here. So you've got the robots, and then there's various sizes, but it doesn't necessarily look like Red Rocket letters when you use them other places to label stuff. And I like that. So it matches the Red Rocket stuff, and it can be whatever else it wants. I wish we had more stuff where you could use letters from different signs that exist. There is one called Scrappy Signs, I believe, is the mod. But there was a dependency on another mod that you had to download, and I can't download that one. I can't remember the reason why, but there's something that I can't download that's compatible, so I can't use that. But it would be nice if someone else made a sign, multiple letters of sign, and maybe make different colored Red Rocket letters that are like yellow and stuff, you know, blue. I don't know how hard it would be to retexture those into a different color, but then we have our signs that say robot repairs for reasonable prices. Oh, and I forgot to show you, I put the Sanctuary Hills poster there because Sanctuary Hills is right up the way, and I figure if somebody's coming through here, they'd be like, oh, Sanctuary Hills, and then go up there and do some business. I put in all of these doors. This one was a pain in the butt because I had to. using place anywhere, you can move stuff like in increments. Uh, the problem is with this is I can't. There's no way to go on the other side, so I can move it uh, closer into the wall or out away from the thing in small increments. So I had to inch it in slowly. Then I had to get out of work mode and then activate the door because every time I would do it, you could see the door over top of the brick. And I was like, I spent I don't know how long getting this door. So, wait a minute. Why'd it go that way? I spent so. What? I must have reversed the door when I did it. I don't know. Uh, wonderful. Wonderful. So, in here, we have our cluttered workbench. You can use them. This is from. I don't remember the mod. I don't remember the mod that has these. But they have stuff on them. I wanted to say it was CVC, but I don't think so. Maybe homemaker. I don't know. I have so many categories and so many places and stuff. But yeah. So we've got the armor bench. There's a chem bench. They have a sink for the chem bench. We have the weapons bench. We have a power armor station here that has a diagnostic cart hooked up to it. We have the second diagnostic cart that comes with Red Rocket. Then I have a workshop, and then I have a CVC crafting workbench. Uh, this one lets me craft. See if it'll let me do it. Huh. It's supposed to let you craft fusion cores and some ammo and stuff, but it doesn't seem to want to work right. Maybe I have to transfer stuff into it first. Oh well. And of course, the Red Rocket door. Come in and out. Well, that is Red Rocket Robots, guys. I was going to be in Sanctuary doing stuff. I actually did. I spent many hours working on this earlier in the day and then built the house that Sturges is always in. Turned it into a crafting hall and added a new garage section to include all of the benches in there. Crafting benches and whatnot. And then my game crashed and it was all gone. So I just decided to come over here and record a quick video for this week over at Red Rocket Robots, which is where Sturgis is going to be. And eventually, Isabel Cruz will be here from the Mechanist Slayer because I have a romance in my head brewing between those two. Because Sturgis met her in my head canon. He met her after the general had cleared the Mechanist Slayer, and then he sent Sturgis there to be like, learn from her everything you can about all this stuff here, and then come back and we'll hook it up and put it in. So not only can Isabel Cruz make robots, Sturgis can, and so can the general, which I thought was really cool. And then the Mechanist Slayer, it has robot functionality, but I'm also going to turn it into a manufacturing place for all the different kinds of things we need. And I mentioned that Red Rocket Robots provides provisioners to settlements. So let me show you that I've got going on. And then let's show the supply lines. So right now, Red Rocket has one for Sanctuary and Abernathy Farm. I created the triangle to keep these going. And then we have several supply lines going out to Ten Pines Bluff, to Caldera Outpost. Now, these two are from Conquest. It's a mod that lets you put down camping gear and then create a new settlement with a workbench after doing that. Linking them to supply lines is hard. I can't get line outposts to connect for some reason, and I can't change anything about Caldera Outposts supply line. And then we have Greentop Nursery and Finch Farm. Now, eventually, I want to have a place that is going to have humans that will be the supply lines provisioners for places that are further out than Red Rocket's robots could really do well. And that about wraps it up for this one, guys. It's short, sweet. I had a lot of plans on stuff I wanted to do. I also had plans to tie this episode in with Mama Murphy in last week's episode, but that content didn't come out right, and I decided not to waste time trying to figure out what went wrong. I'll figure that out at a later time and have that as a later episode. So, next week, there may or may not be an episode. I don't know yet. My wife goes on vacation on the 10th, and we have our anniversary on the 14th, and we are on vacation until the 17th. So, we're going to be pretty busy hanging out on vacation, doing things that we want to do, seeing friends, because we're usually unable to visit with friends unless we make plans, and this seemed like a really nice week to be able to do it. It's our anniversary and whatnot, so hopefully there'll be an episode next week. If not, it will be the following week, and I will let you know ahead of time if there are times when there won't be a video. Not that there's many people watching and it really matters, because I can do it at my own pace, but I want to try to do at least a weekly video going forward. So you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I shall see you on the other side.